Stand and Deliver Series Number 1 in the Moonlight by Rachel Lawson 2020. It was a cool and crisp night in the Epping Forest. The stagecoach moved amongst the shadows of a full silver moon, which gave the forest a magical glow, thought Mary Gregory, a passenger of the coach. Her brother the judge, Sir Thomas Gregory, thought it felt less magical but more eerie and dangerous. He saw highwaymen and footpads in every shadow. The driver was also nervous, as highwaymen were known to work these woods. Suddenly a man with gleaming guns on a white horse rode out of the shadows into the moonlight. He was handsome and well-dressed. The nervous driver sped up the coach. The horseman followed at a faster pace. "Stop or I'll shoot," he shouted. Firing his pistol, he winged the driver, who knew the next shot would not miss, so he slowed and stopped the coach. The rider pulled up to them and dismounted. "Stand and deliver, your money or your life," shouted the highwayman. Mary and her brother climbed out of the coach. "Good evening, my lady and Sir Thomas Gregory." "Ah, it is a lovely evening, is it not?" said the highwayman as he kissed Mary's hand. "Oh yes, it is," responded Mary, enchanted by the moonlight and his gallantry. "No, it is not. I would rather have missed this meeting, Faulkner," said the judge, recognizing him from wanted posters. "Faulkner? Not Gentleman John Faulkner?" asked Mary. "Guilty," said the highwayman, smiling behind his mask. "Your goods, please, Sir Thomas," added Faulkner, pointing a gun at the judge. Mary offered up her jewelry. "No, keep your things, my lady," said Faulkner, giving her jewelry back. Her brother reluctantly gave over a poke of money. The highwayman next turned to the driver, whose arm was very bloody. Holding out his hand for more booty, said, "Now you, sir, should get that arm looked at. It looks quite bad." The driver handed over his valuables too. The highwayman sent them on their way, Sir Thomas driving, with the driver inside the coach being tended to by Mary. 2 nights later, with the weather warmer, a new highwayman was on the road for the first time. It seemed to be a youth in a black outfit who was enjoying the thrill of riding through the night. It was the first outing of this new highwayman. The highwayman who nearly held up a coach, but somebody beat this would-be highwayman to it, so turning the horse and heading home was all that could be done, and was. The next morning the Gregory home had a visitor. Mary was excited to see this famous man she had never met before. A famous popular actor was playing a highwayman on stage in London. He was a tall, handsome man. For a moment Mary was in love with him. That was until he spoke with stronger Derbyshire accent. His first words to her were, "Hello, my lady," said the actor Sir Justin Beaufort. "I hear that you met a real highwayman. I wish I had been with you. They are so thrilling and romantic." "They are," said Mary. "No, they are dangerous mercenaries. The driver of the coach died from the wound he got from the highwayman." "Or did you forget?" asked Sir Thomas. Sir Justin looked chastened and nervous. "Did he have a family?" asked Sir Justin. "More than likely, and they'll hang Faulkner now he's killed someone," said Sir Thomas. "He won't hang. It was an accident," said Mary. "He shot the man. He should have realized there was a chance the man would die," said Sir Thomas. "He will hang if they get him, I have no doubt of that," said Sir Justin sadly. "Stand and deliver your money or your life," Mary heard a man say. She leapt out of the coach to see the driver being murdered with a single shot to the heart. For no reason other than he annoyed the highwayman. She was nervous. He was the feared, temperamental highwayman Terence, the Terror of Essex. "Hand over your loot," said the terror to her. She did quickly. Out of the coach stepped Sir Justin, looking serious. "Give over Terry. She is under my care," said Sir Justin. The terror was startled. Justin disarmed him and pointed the terror's own gun at him. "I said give over Terry," said Sir Justin. "Don't call him Terry, he doesn't like that. This isn't the stage, he'll kill you," said Mary nervously. "He'll have to wait in line," said Sir Justin. "Sir Justin, you are annoying me," Nobody robs me, not even my friends. You will pay for this. Stand down and I will forget it, said the terror. Stand and deliver, Terry, said Sir Justin. He is drunk. Ignore him, Mr. Terror, said Mary. He's stone cold sober and stubborn, said the terror. The terror handed back the loot. He was fuming. Sir Justin shot in the air to disarm the gun. Here you are, have your property, my friend, and let us go on our way, Sir Justin said. You are not my friend, said the terror, stomping over to his horse. You know something, I think I lost a friend, said Sir Justin sadly as he drove the coach off. You are insane, shouted back Mary from inside the coach. Later that day at Gregory's home. Tom, your friend is a nut, Mary said when they arrived with the body of the driver. What did he do? Murder the driver so he could drive the coach? Asked Sir Thomas. Sir Justin laughed. No, that was the terror, said Sir Justin. Oh, did he kill the driver so you could drive it? Said Sir Justin. Are you insane? Asked Sir Justin. No, said Sir Thomas. I held up the terror and he shot the driver, said Sir Justin. You did what? Asked Sir Thomas. Bailed up the terror and took back your sister's stuff as she was under my care, said Sir Justin. Thank you. Did you take him in? Asked Sir Thomas. No. I let him go. Why did you do that? Asked Sir Thomas. Someone had to drive the coach, and I could not be sure of Mary's safety if I kept him, replied Sir Justin. You know that he'll now try to kill you, said Sir Thomas. If he does, he does. I could never live with myself if he robbed someone under my care, replied Sir Justin. That night the youthful highwayman rode again. This time he stopped a coach and started to rob people when the terror turned up. A green stick are you, lad? Said the terror. The youth panicked and fell off the horse, banging his head hard, and was knocked out by the fall. Terry, I think you killed him, said a highwayman with the terror. Ghost, the boy's knocked out. Not dead, said Gentleman John, who was riding with them. Terry just scared him, said John. We can't leave him here. What will we do? Said the highwayman, the ghost, a Robin Hood type highwayman. John picked the body up and hung it over his horse. The ghost took the horse of the young highwayman and the highwayman to John's house. I'll look after him till he comes round, offered John. The odd band of highwaymen sat drinking and chatting for a few hours, and then the terror and the ghost left. When they had gone, John made a strange discovery. The boy had long hair in a bun and his hat had been pinned to it. He found this out when he tried to remove the hat so he could put the lad to rest on his bed. He put her on the bed and sat looking at a script for a new play. He then sat drinking for a while. Later, when the highwaywoman woke up, it was like a play with a ham actor. Where am I? She muttered. Putting down the script, he walked over to her. How are you feeling, miss? Asked John. Miss? Said the highwaywoman, not sure how he knew what she was or where she was. She felt for her mask. It was there. I saw your hair. If we knew you were a woman, my friends would have stayed, said John. Why? She asked. For your honor, said John. Whoever said there is no honor among thieves? Oh yes, said the highwaywoman. Nothing happened, but I'll marry you to keep your honor, said John. The highwaywoman stood up, still a bit wonky. She thought she was dreaming. He was a man of pure honor and she loved him, so she was happy. She started to take off her mask and he stopped her. No, don't, said John. We aren't safe. Seeing each other's faces may cause us problems. All right then, she said, and stopped trying to unmask. In the early morning she said goodbye and left for home. That morning Mary was sitting in the forest near her home enjoying the new autumn day. Sir Justin saw her on the way to visit her brother, who was also his friend. He got off his horse and tied it to a branch of a small tree and walked over to her. What are you doing, my lady? Asked Sir Justin, thinking she looked very pretty sitting amongst the autumn leaves. She blushed. It is ethereal here today, said Mary, looking at Sir Justin, who looked more handsome than ever. "It is a glorious day," said Sir Justin, not lying. "Are you all right?" "Yes, come sit beside me," said Mary. "Why?" asked Sir Justin. "The view is best from here," said Mary. "As long as no one's around," said Sir Justin. With a smile, she said, "No one is here." Sir Justin sat beside her. "What are we looking at?" asked Sir Justin. "Everything. The wind is singing in the trees, blowing leaves through the air as they fall to the ground. The birds are singing and the forest floor is covered in crisp leaves thick as snow," said Mary. Forgetting propriety and everything, he lay on his back in the leaves. "I have never seen anything so beautiful. I could forget everything and live here in this moment forever." Then looking up at the sky, he said, "This looks better." Mary lay back too. She watched the leaves fall from the trees, blowing in the wind. A leaf fell down, floating onto her heart. She put her hand on it. A voice interrupted the scene. "There you are, Mary. Have you been with him all night? Everyone has been looking for you," accused Sir Thomas. "No," Sir Justin said, standing. "I just found her here. I was on my way." Mary, trying to stand up, fell over her long skirt. "I was not with him," said Mary. Sir Justin could smell a shotgun wedding. "I can't marry her," said Sir Justin. "Why?" asked Sir Thomas. "I can't say," said Sir Justin. "No excuses means that you must marry her for your honor and hers," said Sir Thomas. "Don't use my honor against me," said Sir Justin. "You will marry her. You are driven by honor," Sir Thomas said. The highwaywoman and John fell in love and took to the road most nights. They planned to run away after one last job, when it all went wrong. It was an unexpected ambush. They were on their horses and they demanded people disembark the coach. They didn't notice the gun pointing from the coach until it was too late. As they rode away, Sir Thomas shot one of them. John could have escaped. He fell off his running horse, which continued on its way. He ran back to his fiancée, the highwaywoman. "You shot her," said John accusingly. Kneeling down, cradling her and looking in her face. "Why didn't you escape?" asked the dying highwaywoman. "I don't want to live without you," said John. "I have the two of them. I shall unmask," said Sir Thomas. Unmasking John, his eyes widened and looked horrified. "Hi," said Sir Justin. "You are engaged to my sister." "Who is the harlot?" asked Sir Thomas, ripping off her mask, looking devastated. "Mary." "No," cried Sir Thomas. "Mary, my other fiancée," said John. "My love," said Mary, and died. John kissed her for the first and last time. A few weeks later, John joined her in death. As John was standing on the gallows at Tyburn, Sir Thomas watched the noose go round John's neck and the execution reach for and pull the lever for the trap door. The judge closed his eyes and he saw Mary and John lying in the leaves in the forest, and he heard John saying, "I have never seen anything so beautiful. I could forget everything and live in this moment forever." The end of Stand and Deliver Series Number 1 in the Moonlight by Rachel Lawson, 2020.